He wanted to teach the world a crucial lesson. It's not who we are in our position in society. He is pleased only by the sincerity of our heart. This lady, she wanted nothing for herself. She wanted no attention. She was not concerned that Lord Gauranga even noticed that she existed. She was just happy to be the servant of the servant of the servant of his devotees, to do this most menial servant of just bringing water. But the Lord sees the heart. He looked at her. He asked Srivas, please tell me, who is that? Srivas said, she's a maidservant. What is her name? Her name is Dukhi. Dukhi means sad. I guess because she was so poor and came from such a unfortunate family, that she was called Dukhi, a miserable person. Lord Chaitanya looked at her and said, the name Dukhi does not sit properly within my heart, not for her. From this day, I declare her to be Sukhi, happy. And with the name, he gave her ecstatic love of God, the ultimate perfection of life. That which wealthy people who give massive sums of money to temples cannot achieve. That which yogis perform austerities for many lifetimes, jnanis study scriptures birth after birth, they cannot achieve. But this little lady, Dukhi, she attained the highest perfection of life because of her sincere, humble desire to be the servant of the servant of the servant. After the Abhishekam, they dried his body, they anointed him with scented sandalwood oils, they put on garments and ornaments, they offered him padya and achman and madhuparak. Then Lord Chaitanya said, bring me my bhoga. So they brought him some sweets, put it in his hand, he immediately ate it. He said, give me more. They brought him more sweets, he ate. Coconuts, he ate. Whatever they brought him, they were eating. The devotees were running out to the marketplaces and buying everything they can get and having all kinds of people bringing it in. Within a matter of minutes, the Lord ate thousands of bananas, thousands of coconuts, hundreds of barrels, not pots, hundreds of barrels of yogurt, condensed milk, hundreds of barrels of Ganges water, mountains and mountains and mountains of sandeshas and rasgullas and other types of Bengali sweets. He was fulfilling all their desires. And he was just smiling and nodding his head and just kept his hand out, more, more. Then the Lord revealed to the devotees what was their past lives and revealed himself as the worshipable Lord of their hearts. He first said to Srivas, he said, do you remember many years ago, you went to the ashram of Devananda Pandit. You're such a great devotee of Krishna that when you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, you see Krishna in your heart of hearts, and it brings you great love. So in his ashram, you heard Devananda Pandit discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, and that awakened such a love of Krishna in your heart that you actually went into a trance and cried out Krishna's names. Now, the students of Devananda Pandit, they're not devotees, nor is their teacher. So they could not understand the glory of a Vaishnava. They simply thought you were just a sentimentalist and you were causing a disturbance. So the students picked you up harshly, took you outside, and threw you on the ground. And that rascal teacher did nothing to stop them. When you came to consciousness, you saw you were all alone, in the dust, thrown out. You felt very bad. So you went home and remained alone. At that time, because I was so pleased with you, every time you read Srimad Bhagavatam, I filled your heart with ecstatic love, and you didn't know how that was happening. That was me. Do you remember, Srivas? Srivas wept in gratitude. Then he turned to Gangadas Pandit, who was Lord Gauranga's teacher when he was younger. He said, Gangadas, do you remember many years ago that traumatic night where the Malechik king attacked Navadvip and was plundering innocent people's homes, and the soldiers personally came to attack you? And with your whole family, you fled from your house. You were running, trying to get away, but the soldiers were coming. You came to the bank of the Ganges, but it was late at night, and there was no boatman to take you across. And you knew what would happen. If they caught you, they would have raped and molested your wife and your children. And you were crying out, Krishna, to save you. But there was nowhere to go. And the soldiers were coming. Do you remember, Gangadas? From the middle of nowhere, a boatman on a boat happened to come, and you screamed out, "Oh, boatman, please deliver my family. I will be eternally indebted to you. Please save me, save me. Otherwise I will surely die." Gangadas, you were about to commit suicide. Rather than let them abuse your family, I descended from Vaikuntha in the form of that boatman to save you. Gangadas Pandit fell to the ground unconscious in gratitude. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu noticed that the night was coming. All day long he was just fulfilling the desires of the devotees and doing Nam Sankirtan. They lit lamps. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the devotees, "Bring Sridhar." Most of them didn't even know, who is this Sridhar? He said, he lives in the outskirts of the town, but he's constantly chanting my names. Just go toward the outskirts of the town and you'll hear him loudly chanting, because he chants all night. Follow that sound and then bring him here. We know the story of Sridhar. He was a very simple man who made his living just by selling some of the products of a banana tree. Sometimes he would get the stalk of a banana tree and he would buy it, very cheap price, and he would cut it in different sections, small pieces, and then sell it for a very small profit. He would sell the banana leaves as plates. Whatever bananas he could get, he would sell. Sell the banana flowers. Very, very simple. But he was more honest, or let us say equally in his honesty, to Maharaj Yudhisthira. He wasn't concerned with making big profit. From the business perspective of today, there's nobody like him. His idea was how to somehow or other barely survive and make as little profit as possible. He would make his price the least he could possibly get by with, because he was afraid he would cheat somebody. Hare Krishna. And whatever he got, the first half he utilized to worship Mother Ganga. Because Mother Ganga is the Lord's own energy, who is appearing like a divine devotee, who's doing the Lord's will of purifying people of their sins and bestowing bhakti. So what a great service to worship her. He lived in such poverty. Every day, when Nimai was a child and a student, he would go to Sridhar's. He didn't even have a shop. He just on the side of the road. And every day, he would debate with Sridhar for minimum 2 or 3 hours about the price of his bananas. He would say, Sridhar, how much is this? He would quote the fairest price. Nimai would say, why are you cheating me? Too much. I will give you half. Sridhar said, this is a very fair price. He said, no, I will give you half. In fact, I'll just take it for nothing. Sridhar said, well, how do you expect me to maintain? You keep coming every day and just taking. Either taking it for half or taking it for nothing. And the Lord would say, I know what kind of wealth you have, but you're hiding it. You are deceiving the world. Someday I will reveal your wealth. Sridhar said, I'm not hiding anything. Whatever you see is what I am. Lord Chaitanya said, you worship Ganga? Well, I am the source and the father of the Ganga, so you should give me everything. He would hold his ears. It is said that when people get older, as they grow up, they become more grave, but you're becoming more restless with every day. Are you not afraid of offending Mother Ganga? One day Lord Chaitanya said to Sridhar, why do you worship Krishna? What is he doing for you? Look at the worshippers of the snake goddess next door to you and the other goddesses. They have big meals, fat bellies, nice clothes, good houses. Look at you. You're emaciated. Your clothes, there's more holes in your clothes than there are clothes. And it's all patches. Sridhar couldn't even afford needle and thread. When there were holes in his clothes, he just tied the 2 sides into a knot to close it. He was poor. And his house, It was just a straw shack. When it would rain, the water would come through the roof. And he had no furniture. The only furniture he had was one old, battered iron pot that he kept outside. Sridhar, what is Krishna doing for you? Look at you. Sridhar said, my Lord. He didn't say my Lord, because he didn't know he was the Lord yet. He said, I have everything I want and more. In my experience in the world, I see kings with royal garments and very, very nice food, and I see the birds. They live in a tree. The only clothes is their feathers, and they just eat whatever berries are on the trees. I don't see any difference between the king and the bird. Time is passing in the same way for both of them. I'm happy chanting Krishna's names. What do I need? That was Sridhar. He was so unknown that practically no one even knew his name. They just called him Kolavecha, the banana seller. But when Lord Chaitanya manifested his Sankirtan pastimes, Sridhar understood him to be the Supreme Lord. Lord Chaitanya called for him. The devotees went to Sridhar's house. They said, Sridhar, Lord Chaitanya is calling for you. Sridhar said, me? I'm nothing. I'm nobody. Why? Why would he want me? No, he wants you now. Sridhar was so overwhelmed, he fell unconscious. This is the symptom of a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava doesn't think, I deserve the Lord's mercy. If you think you deserve, then it's not mercy at all. But if you think you don't deserve, then it's really mercy. We simply want to serve and please the Lord and pray for that mercy. So the devotees somehow or other carried Sridhar and brought him to Srivas Thakur's home. There, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, Sridhar, look and behold my opulence. Kolavecha Sridhar looked up, and he saw Lord Chaitanya transformed. He had a beautiful form of Krishna. His complexion was dark like the tamal tree, peacock feather in his crown, his hair, his beautiful blackish hair, like shining silk, was circling his moon-like face. His lips, bright red like the brimba fruit, smiled upon Sridhar. His teeth like pure white rows of pearls. His nose like the freshly blossomed sesame flower. His chest was wide, his waist was thin. He had shining yellow garments, beautiful Vajayanti mala. And on his right side was Balaram, whose complexion was white like the spring cloud, with blue garments. The two brothers had effulgent like millions of suns emanating from their bodies. There he saw Lord Brahma with 4 heads, Lord Shiva with 5 heads, Shukadev Goswami, Sanat Kumar, Narada Muni, all praising the glories of Krishna Balaram. Then he saw unlimited goddesses showering flowers and praising the Lord. He saw the forests of Vrindavan all around him. Kolavecha Sridhar fell unconscious. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu touched him, said, Sridhar, get up and ask for any boon. All these days and all these nights you have been calling out my holy names, and now I have come to reciprocate with your love. Kolavecha Sridhar said, my Lord, I am nothing but a dog. Lord Chaitanya said, offer me prayers. Sridhar said, what can I say? I am illiterate. I'm a fool. I don't know how to offer prayers. Lord Chaitanya said, everything you speak is in glorification of me. Just speak. Because he had such a desire to glorify the Lord, at that moment, the goddess Saraswati appeared on his tongue to perfectly articulate with words what was in his heart of hearts. All glories to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to that Lord who is Krishna himself in Goloka, who is Vishvambar, the nourisher of the entire world, who is nourishing the world through the Sankirtan movement. All glories to the son of Sachi Devi, who is Navadvip Chandra, the moon who is giving the light of love of God to all of Navadvip. Within your body resides pure devotional service. The greatest wealth, the greatest treasure in all of creation. What is that power of bhakti that you keep within your heart and that you only bestow upon those who are supremely fortunate? The greatest secret of all the scriptures is how you are defeated by the love of your devotee. Bhishma, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he vowed that he would make you break your promise. Krishna promised before the battle of Kurukshetra that he would not lift a weapon and he would not fight. He would only serve as a chariot driver. But Bhishma fought with Arjuna, had Arjuna in such a helpless condition. When Bhishma was about to kill him, Krishna, you lifted the wheel of a chariot with eyes glowing red with anger and attacked Bhishma. Bhishma knew you would do that. Because in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna told Arjuna, you declare it boldly. Kaunteya pratijanehi na me bhakta pranashyati. I will always protect my devotee. Bhishma knew you would break your own promise to protect the promise of your devotee. Why? Because you are defeated by the love of a Vaishnava. And Yashoda Mai, when you were a little child. She tied you up with ropes. No one can tie up and bind the Supreme Lord. You tried to run away because you are defeated by the love of your devotee. And Satyabhama, when she wanted the Parijata flower tree, she saw, Rukmini, you gave her a Parijata flower from Indra's tree. She said, I want the tree. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna Surya Sam Maya Haya Andhakara. Maya is darkness and Krishna is light. We can appreciate how nice light is. Without Krishna, the whole world is darkness. And the Gopas, because of bhakti, devotional service, they defeat you in games, they defeat you in wrestling, and they carry you on their shoulders. I mean, you carry them on your shoulders. Every living being is carrying you as a super soul within their hearts. By the power of your of devotional service, Ananta Shesh is carrying all the universes on his head. Just by a blink of your eye, you can destroy the entire cosmic manifestation. But yet, defeated by Sri Dhamma, you carry him on your back to show the whole world, I am defeated. The greatest of all truths, my Lord, is how you are conquered by the love of your devotees. When a devotee begs for pure devotional service, that devotee conquers you. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so pleased with Kolavecha Sridhar's prayers, he asked him, please ask for a benediction. Kolavecha Sridhar said, there's nothing I want, my Lord. I'm satisfied. Lord Chaitanya said, ask for anything. Look at how poor you are. Practically starving. Nothing. I can give you so many comforts. I can give you the 8 mystic cities. Anything you want, ask. Kolavecha Sridhar said, my Lord, why are you trying to do business with me? Just see Kolavecha Sridhar's consciousness. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would always bargain with Sridhar, and ultimately Sridhar would give him anything he wanted. But Sridhar would not bargain with the Lord in this sense. He says, I have not given my life to you because I want something in return. My life is yours for your pleasure. Please do not tempt me with benedictions. I'll give you the wealth of the King of Heaven. Ask. So what will I do with that? That will only be a disturbance to me. I'll give you the mystic powers of the greatest of the yogis. Don't tempt me with these things. I have no need for mystic powers. Give you liberation. What do I need liberation for? Ask for something. Ask. Kolavecha Sridhar said, please, my Lord, be peaceful. I don't want anything. Lord Chaitanya said, I am peaceful, but I want to give you something. For my pleasure, ask for something. Kolavecha Sridhar He said, if it is for your pleasure, I'll ask for something. Let that little Brahmin boy who would come to steal my bananas, let him be my master birth after birth after birth. Let that little Brahmin boy who would come and argue with me for hours and hours a day over the price of a banana leaf, let him always be my master, and let me have the treasure of the dust of his lotus feet in my heart, birth after birth after birth. I want nothing except this. In whatever birth I take, let my mind always be fixed on the beautiful form of that little Nimai coming to steal my bananas from me. I want nothing else but to be the servant of your servants. And Kolavitra Sridhar said like this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was overwhelmed. He said, Sridhar, I offer you this benediction. For the rest of eternity, your heart will be filled with pure, unalloyed devotional service to me and my devotees. All the devotees screamed out very loud, Jai. Jai! Haribo! Anyone who sincerely hears this narration will receive the supreme treasure of pure love. Lord Chaitanya wanted to teach the world through Kolavitra Sridhar that one cannot achieve spiritual perfection by knowledge, by high birth, by having large amount of followers. All of these things are meaningless to the Lord. Wealth, fame, knowledge. It is only the simple desire to please the Lord through devotion that conquers the Lord. Wherever we find that in anyone, we understand that is true wealth. And a Vaishnava must have this consciousness. We should not be led astray by the influences of this material world. We are not impressed by people in high positions, even by people with great knowledge, with great followings, with great wealth, with great abilities. We are impressed by the humility, the sincerity, and the eagerness to serve. And everything else has substance and value when it's based on that principle. It's like Srila Prabhupada explained, if you have 100 zeros, or 1,000 zeros, or 1,000,000 zeros, the difference is a lot. It fills up many pieces of paper between one zero and 1,000,000 zeros. But they're all zero. They're empty. Unless there is a one in the front, Krishna. So whether you have 1,000,000 zeros in terms of material qualifications, or whether you have one little zero, What is all important is that one. And what is that one? The sincere, humble aspiration to please Krishna through devotion. And later on, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed for all time to come that Cultivator Sridhar was the wealthiest man that ever lived because of his devotion. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then turned to Advaitacharya. He said, Nara, ask for any benediction. Advaitacharya said, I'm seeing you now manifest in your form of the Supreme Lord. Everything I prayed for so many years has been fulfilled. There's nothing else I can ask of you. The Lord said, Advaita, do you remember? You would study Bhagavad Gita and preach. Every single verse you only explained in terms of pure devotional service. And if ever there was a verse that you didn't fully understand how it was specifically about pure unalloyed bhakti, you would be very much disturbed. You wouldn't sleep at night. You would fast until the answer came. And somehow or other, while you'd be fasting, I would put you to sleep. And then I'd appear to you in a dream as a Brahmin or in some other way, and I would reveal to you how that verse meant pure devotional service. Well, there was one verse that I never revealed to you. You were fasting and fasting for so many days. This is how he studied the scripture. He's an acharya, teaching by his example. We read Prabhupada's books. And then somebody asks, what did you read today? Say, I forgot. Did you understand what you read today? I think so. Some of it. But Advaitacharya, every word, he wouldn't go on to the next word till he really, really comprehended and understood what was being said. And if he didn't understand, he would just ponder it and do research on it and fast and pray. So he was fasting. The Lord said that one night, you were fasting for so many days, so I appeared to you in a dream. And I said, Advaita, eat. When you fast, I fast. I can't eat any bhoga if you're not eating. You're my devotee. Now you just cook nice prasad, offer it to the deities, eat it, and I'll reveal to you that verse at a later date. Have faith in my words. Do you remember that? That was many years ago, Advaita Prabhu. Well, today I am going to reveal that verse. Everywhere are my eyes and my legs and my hands. All pervading, I see everything. I can take offerings from everywhere. In this way, the super soul exists. Advaitacharya wept tears of gratitude as the Lord reciprocated with him. Then Lord Chaitanya cast his glance toward Murari Gupta. He said, Murari, look! Murari looked. He saw where Lord Chaitanya was sitting was Ramchandra. His complexion was green like the durba grass. He was holding a beautiful golden bow. On one side was Lakshman, on the other was Sita. They were all sitting together on a magnificent jeweled throne. And all around, in all directions, were thousands and thousands and thousands of heroic monkey kings with their hands together, offering prayers. And then Murari Gupta happened to see that he had a tail. And he had a body of a monkey. He fell unconscious. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cried out, "Oh monkey, get up! Oh monkey, get up! Don't you remember that demon Ravana has stolen Sita? Don't you remember you went to Sri Lanka and that demon Ravana who stole Sita, he lit your tail on fire? And then you jumped to every house and you burned the entire city of Sri Lanka down. Don't you remember that? Look, this is Lakshman, who's your very life and soul. To save his life, you lifted the Gandhamadana mountain and flew in the air for thousands of miles. And here is your beloved Sita, the life of your life, your ultimate worshipable object. Seeing her torment in the Ashok grove of Ravana, you wept shoreless ocean of tears. You do not remember, but now I recall for you. I am Ram, your beloved Lord, and you are Hanuman. Ask any boon, and I will fulfill your desire. Murari Gupta replied, "My Lord, I want nothing." The Lord said, "Ask." Ask for a boon. So the only thing I want is you can grant me this boon, that I may always sing your glories, that I may never forget you, and that birth after birth after birth, I will live in the company of those devotees who always consider you to be the master and themselves to be the servant. I am the lowest, most insignificant. But if you want to fulfill my one desire, let me always remember you, sing your names and glories, and be in the company of your devotees. That's all I want. The Lord blessed him. The Lord told all the devotees that anyone who thinks Murari Guptas to be just a simple householder who happens to be a doctor will be condemned to hellish suffering. Because although he's a doctor, he heals the body, the mind, and the soul. By the way, this was the idea that Bhaktivedanta Hospital came from. Because Krishna, whose name is Murari, is Gupta, hidden within his heart. Therefore, he is Murari Gupta. Murari, I grant you the benediction you desire, that for the rest of eternity, you will always be in the association of my devotees, singing my glories. All the devotees celebrated Murari Gupta's good fortune by calling out, Jai! Jai! Haribo! Haribo! Anyone who hears this story, Vrindavan Das Thakur tells, will achieve pure love and devotion. Shall I continue? Thank you. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then turned his glance to Haridas Thakur. Haridas, your body is better than mine. Do you remember? Long ago, when that Mughal ruler, influenced by that demoniac Qazi, sentenced you to death, to whip you and beat you through all the 22 marketplaces of Fuliagram, as they were beating you, lashing your body ruthlessly, pulling your hair, spitting on you, kicking you, blaspheming you, dragging you to the streets publicly. I could not tolerate. I descended from Vaikuntha with my Sudarshan chakra to sever their heads. But Haridas, in your heart of hearts, you saw no fault in them. Your only desire was their welfare. You cared nothing for your own pains. Your mind was totally immersed in praying for their well-being. In your heart of hearts, you were praying, my Lord Krishna, please forgive them. Please give them mercy. Please give them your love. I could not interfere with your sentiments. Your prayers of compassion was more powerful than me. I was conquered. My Sudarshan chakra became inactive. I could not harm them. So I laid my body over yours and took every one of those lashings. And Haridas, just see. Then the Lord revealed on his own body the brutal scars and lash marks of the whips and the sticks of those tormentors. Haridas Thakur, when he saw that, he fell to the ground, weeping and weeping. Haridas Thakur said, my Lord, please be merciful to me. I'm the greatest sinner. I'm untouchable. If someone sees me, they become so polluted that they have to immediately jump in the Ganges to bathe. But you are so merciful that you never abandon anyone who remembers you. Even if a worm or insect remembers you, you will be there to deliver them. But I am so unfortunate that I have no capacity to sincerely remember you. In the court of the Kurus, Dushasana, on the order of Duryodhana, dragged in Draupadi, the wife of the Pandavas.